Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa for the call of this one. We bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Just a minute ago, it was Jameis Winston leading his Buccaneers out of the tunnel. They're on their feet here in Tampa as the Bucs get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, 4 down. Ready, black, 22.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gutierrez. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here are the starters defensively for the Cowboys. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Ready, blue ready.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Check, tight right. Solo out there, check the outs out there. Ready, black, 22. 3 down.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's got Evans. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready. Black 22.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The numbers for Collins last week, 16 carries, 68 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Ready. Blue ready. Let's go.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Ready. Blue ready.
Jameis to throw it. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson from the right hash. This from 48. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
What's up?
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
I can't hear you.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you put out everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to...
Yeah, I could hear you now. It said due to NAT type. I think it might be something to do with how your internet's set up. So I figured I'd try with mine, and apparently it worked.
And at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Oh well.
Here we go. All right, hey.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. The numbers for Zeke from last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game
I'm running with my receivers are all 80.
That contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total scary.
We're going to 54. Why?
Prescott now on second down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense.
I'll run you through this drive on how I typically will change plays. If I see the defense set up like that, I go play action.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the comebacker, complete. That's Chambers. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
This next play, I'm going to run to the left.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll run it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
I'll be honest. You're not going to have an O-line like mine.
Coming on the heels of his NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance that was so great last week.
Did you feel the rumble all the way up here in the
big bodies?
As of right now, my backups will be ready to start when I lose the starters.
Looking for award number 2, adding to the award that he won last week in the NFC.
I work solely on backups as far as like key players to train.
That makes it a 7-3 lead.
That's how I work on my backup O-line. I find it really helps, especially if you happen to have an injury like that. That center storm I drafted played 5 games for me. He only gave up 1 sack.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points.
And he's only like a 79.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offense.
I'm having a similar problem. Like I just gave up that big-ass run.
He comes back to the huddle. He better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
My O-line.
Ready, black 22.
A first down throw for Winston.
Every time I ran the ball on you, it was the same play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before
you couldn't stop it, so I kept running.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And then when
you and I talk often about trying to hide receivers
and once I see you stack the box to stop the run, I go to the pass.
Definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Ready, ready.
Now Collins. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time.
The problem I'm having is my defense doesn't want to tackle no more.
It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
I've given up one 100-yard rush game.
Ready, black.
On second down, Collins. And he'll be stopped up quickly here.
Good possibility.
38. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third.
Ready, blue ready.
To throw is Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
Fucker.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs out there.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. 30, 10, touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns.
I don't know.
And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick.
That's a 95-yard run right there. Hey, you're going the wrong way there, buddy. The spins gets me gets me that separation. That's why I always spin.
The extra point.
Most career rushing touchdowns.
For the extra point.
Just past Emmitt
just
Smith.
Kick the extra point winds up successful.
Right? I have Elliott as the 3rd all-time leading rusher.
Out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Right now, I'm chasing Don Payton.
A touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to put it away.
You know what I would tell my offense?
Your running back's like 5,000 yards behind Elliott.
He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if something got
that's the second run he's had over 90 yards this year.
On 1st and 10, Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Those slant routes have been killing me.
To start the drive, 12 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it.
He a
In
big
fact,
boy.
Before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of fat.
He is well over.
And then my defense will do something stupid like that.
He's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire. They brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
Oh, and I tried something different with my defense.
We saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the
I have a corner playing safety.
First down. And that's what
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. David Irving breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack.
The problem was is I think I bid on the play action and he didn't.
Down he goes.
Uh-huh. I went after the running back and he just ran for the quarterback.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down.
I don't know what I'm going to do in the offseason.
Ready? Black 22.
My number one receiver refused to re-sign.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
He told me I didn't offer enough money.
And it's third down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Third and long for Winston. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there?
I know.
The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to
I had
force
two
it in
guys that
down.
could have
But if there's a time to
snatched
force it,
that
he felt
one.
like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
What do you think?
And
One
let's
run
gaze our
touchdown
attention
again?
on Ezekiel Elliott. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice?
Elliott's fucking fast.
Out for a third time. How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. He spins free. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 30, past the 20. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal. Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back.
I don't need a
right
passing
away.
game.
Where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident.
But I'm
in
the
what
number
they do.
one quarterback in the league right now.
Now Prater to add the PAT.
Best part is my next drive I'm starting out with play action. They're going to bite so hard on it.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream
Say that
about.
again?
One play drives from that distance. One
Circle.
effort, it results in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Tampa Bay at one point had the lead.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing
Briefly.
to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here.
Okay.
They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this
Mine
drive.
was 43.
Big time.
Winston and the Bucs take over now. First
I haven't
and 10
played it in a
at
while,
their
though.
25-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready.
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackled there by Leighton Vander Esch.
He has
Vander
elite
Esch
instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able
refused to
diagnose the
re-sign,
run,
too.
Flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
I need him. Because I need cap space, and he's to the point
And
where
run for no gain. Now
the
they'll try
backup's
again
ready
from
to
25
start.
On 2nd and 10.
I don't need him. I could save money by getting rid of him.
This is Collins on the handoff. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard.
But I mean,
bring up a 3rd and 11
you see what Lee does.
1 quarter down, 21-3. Our score a little lopsided early. We'll return to Tampa after this message. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
3rd and long. Yeah, we'll go with that.
From the gun, Winston. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
I almost blew that one. He's like, oh, I'll just run. And my team's like, go ahead.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there?
Oh, we want a blitz.
Able to dump it over the top to him. Prescott on 1st down. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground.
Platinum Gran Turismo 6.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
GT Sport's going to take forever.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They never learn.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A give to Elliott. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This is a question I ask you. It's for 2nd and 5 from the 10. What would Tom Brady do? He'd go 5 wide. I'll hit Wilson over the middle.
2nd down, Prescott. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. First target, first catch, and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on.
he dropped it.
Second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Here's Prescott. The slant caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott taking it in.
Say that again.
The Cowboys will add on to their lead. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt.
The one against the Rams.
On this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line, lower than the defensive front.
Prater on to add the extra point.
The one where the Rams scored like 37 points on me. That was the only one I was worried about losing.
And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. The run starts with a run by Collins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Do you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Ready, blue ready.
Off the play fake, Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I knew I should have went with the other play.
On 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now again to Collins. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll run the counter with Collins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Play action now, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense.
9 rushes, 220 yards.
On his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles. Second quarter.
That's a hell of an average.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big, because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him. And, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective
is
that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Swing to the field, right, to the right. Switch.
First down, Prescott. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Prescott now nearly perfect, 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
It's coming now. Here we go.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
4 down. Here we go. Wide 80. Check three.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
I'm going to hit Gallup over the middle.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Way to go, Smith.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Theoretically, I have a kicker that should be able to make this field goal. It's from the 34.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games
51 yards.
Another busy Sunday.
My kicker is Matt Prater.
Football League. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt.
He kicked a 64-yarder.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the
risks you run when you attempt a long
field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Yeah, thanks for making sure I can't see how close he was.
Take over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Winston now. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
We got three.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Second down, Winston. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on third and long. Winston, a dump underneath to Jones. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct?
You almost
That's the
got
first
it.
time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. On second down, Elliott. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, In order to follow him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
What are you doing?
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I went to hit the button to throw it, and next thing I know, he's diving on the
had
ground.
A chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you a stone's throw away across
That's the second time I've punted this season.
There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report.
I know.
Okay,
that's
Brandon,
too many.
thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Odell Beckham, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we stay in the Empire State. We head up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes.
Hey, you might want to watch out for them Dolphins.
Lastly, let's head to
They're
Paul
2
Brown
and 4,
Stadium
man.
in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. A.J. Green, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys are on the road to blow out City. They lead it big. As we send you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
Joe McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
4 down, check, 4 down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running with Elliott. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
If I can't pick up a yard, there's
on
something
4th and
wrong.
1, but it pays off. They convert.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go.
The give is to Elliott, able to spin free. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell him, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. And Wilson has it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people.
Normally, I will not do play action.
Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Very seldom will I actually attempt that.
Here we go, 47, 47. Watch the whip.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Over the middle, complete. That's Chambers. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and
my
another
tight end
first
was
down.
stuck. He didn't.
Whatever the
He
discussions
didn't
were
move.
at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They go play action here on first down. This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
And yes, they want the point, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now Prater to add the PAT.
I don't think there's been a team to hold me under 60
and that
points
will extend
yet.
this big lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
If there is, there was only one. I think it might have happened with the Giants.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Maybe I should let my punter
Here
kick the
comes the
field goals.
Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Ready. Blue ready.
Winston now to throw on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Jameis on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And now it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, But that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Let's go now.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Ready. Blue ready.
Here's Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
This will be fielded at the 17. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around.
32
Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him shoot the yardage and big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with the recipe of the ground game. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle.
I kind of
panic. On 1st down, the offense or the defense. Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. Ebron caught left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys.
I'll be completely honest.
It's easier said than done. When the guy
I used a total of 5 offensive plays.
It's usually going to take more than 1 man to get him down, and it did right there.
I used 5 plays all game. Unless I'm feeling brave.
That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And
that's probably a holding call.
Here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
My fucking
so a decent gain,
still
but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
1st and 20. Oh, no.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Okay.
They go to Elliott again. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard.
I'll also do this.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch.
That over-the-middle play I used from this set typically won't work if it's 3rd and 9 or longer. So I'll switch it up a little bit.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. They're able to locate Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
What? Yeah, I haven't actually done it yet.
Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. 12
I could throw it
yards
together
keep
pretty
this
quickly.
drive rolling. It's another first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen.
I could put it on whatever court you want me
and we're
to.
still accurate throwing the football.
Elliott. And maybe a measure of
Yeah,
revenge
they're
there.
mad at my running game.
This time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. It's a keeper with Prescott, and he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
For those vertically challenged quarterbacks, here's a time where they will tell you it's an advantage to be a little bit on the smaller side. Able to duck in behind their offensive line and stick the ball across the imaginary yellow line for a first down.
Hey, kill!
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And
I'm gonna
that
have to
rushing
hear that all
touchdown,
year
his
now.
4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
No, it's the same one.
Extra point.
So every time he scores a touchdown, he's going to say it.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
No, I can't do that.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
First down, Winston. Evans has it left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue ready.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Ready. Black 22.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he fires one
that's
intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Kinda.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
I have no idea.
Here come the Cowboys. And this
My
game
guy?
comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit. His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Everyone's got 4 down. Hey, here we go. 1, 8. Out. Hey, switch. Check. Here we go. Kill. Check. 26.
Again, it's Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Here they come.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4.
4 down. Check. Here we go. 1, 8. 58 to Mike. 58. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. That's complete right around the 8. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Prescott. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point good by Prater. And that will extend this big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Tampa Bay sucks.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum.
He is, actually.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide. Hey, here we go, wide.
A second down throw for Prescott. Ebron's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
They were the only ones that would take him.
Play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
I like the play call. Go to the play action, see if you can sneak your tight end out there and find him open in the end zone.
And just defensively, they weren't fooled and able to bat it away. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
There we go.
Prescott from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some
They
more
got to
scores
tackle
for my
them in the end
fantasy,
zone just
whatever
to
other
try to
things?
wear
They're
them
trying to
out.
figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
56-3.
5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
I might lose this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one.
No
Throw it
clue.
on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Ready? Blue lady. Boys that up. Boys that up.
Working out of the gun. Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult.
I bet he is.
Anyone playing the linebacker
'Cause I
position,
would.
They see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first. Oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Jameis now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
He is definitely not 8 for 8.
From the gun, Winston. Throw left side
Uh-oh.
complete. It's Evans.
I fucked that one up.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the
I know.
Bucs are able to at least
I'm
knock
worried.
this deficit down a bit.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes
And try
you
to
wish
stop
you
me.
never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
So I got a little greedy and
Now
tried
for
to
the
go
extra
for the
point,
pass.
Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So a
Don't worry, I'll
75-yard
fix that
scoring
for them.
drive on just 3 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
Yeah, because I need better field
I know
position.
we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what
but I ran past it on one play.
I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time.
Just hand it off to Elliott. He did the rest.
To see that number is empirical.
Here's Elliott. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's what makes my running game so hard to stop. Because it's not always my running back.
Now Elliott.
Okay.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
That's what happens when your whole O-line has a run block of 99.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
They must feel really good about themselves.
The ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them. But all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now Prescott, he'll buy some time right. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
3rd and 12. What am I going to do?
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there. Could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too. And they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
But the secondary's really struggled today.
I might just miss 60.
Revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 39. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows.
I remember that being
larger.
the final score of a
So
New England Buffalo game.
And that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out.
I won't forget that game at all because I still had the apartment in McKeesport. Me and Bill were sitting there listening to, I think, the X, or maybe even DVE. And the commentator,
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Was like, well, I haven't heard anything out of that New England game. Oh, never mind. There it is. The whole game. He's like, man, I haven't heard much out of that game. Oh, hold on. Never mind. They just scored.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Like, anytime he would start questioning, like, hey, I haven't heard anything out of that game. Tom Brady touchdown.
You see it, you call it.
Every single time.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Ooh, the 35.
Jameis to throw it. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Holding offense.
Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Ready, flag.
On third down, Winston. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And
all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The second down throw for Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here's Brian Anger now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
I was trying to be nice.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
Look, there's my own 20.
Enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Throwing here, Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, well, we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
To the right.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And Wilson has it. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Get out. Hey, kill. Switch. Alert 3. It's coming now.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason